When Omicron was identified in a South African lab, the nation responded with something of a shrug. Adults went to work, children went to school, although they still have to wear a mask at Tutalore High.
If you raise your voice, they see that you are serious. Like this one, hey man, where's your mask? Put it on properly. Go.
Okay. So there are some challenges.
Yeah, very serious. What's your mask? Hey, go, hey, out. Mask or go home.
Rules are rules, but there's no appetite here for distance learning. COVID has kept students away for over a year.
It's satisfying, you know, it's exciting to see these young people coming in, you know, the way they do. Yeah. It's great, it's just a great thing.
Do I look all right?
Staff at this hospital in Pretoria were the first to encounter Omicron, and they may be the first to see it go. The current wave is practically over here.
There are 7 patients.
But there's something else on Dr. Fareed Abdullah's mind. He thinks COVID will target those with battered immune systems, like people with untreated HIV, and the consequences could be severe.
In South Africa, we obviously want to make sure that more and more people with HIV get onto treatment so they don't fall into that category. But, you know, my humble opinion, that's where the epidemic is shifting now, to that small group of people who are immune compromised.
Scientists have discovered that people who aren't taking their medication for HIV risk long and severe forms of COVID. And when COVID is left unchecked in the body, it can mutate into other strains.
And it means quite a major reorganization of the health services. Firstly, these people are difficult to find. You know, how do you make the diagnosis in a lot of these people? But, you know, that's where modern medicine has to take us rapidly.
We have to make a plan to go out to look for patients.
Leah Yas is a health worker in Klerksdorp and a bit of a detective, looking for people who've stopped taking HIV treatments, called antiretrovirals. And there's lots of work to do. Sky News understands 3.6 million in South Africa have untreated HIV. Sylvia van Wyk stopped taking antiretrovirals 2 years ago, making her susceptible to illness. And when she picked up COVID, well, she couldn't get rid of it.
I was so sick that I couldn't even do nothing at all. My mom was always there for me. She was the one who was washing me, giving me food and all those things. I couldn't do nothing.
Sylvia had COVID for 3 agonizing months, but when she restarted her HIV treatment, her body fought it off. Why did you stop taking it?
Truly speaking, I was entertaining too much. Truly speaking, I was entertaining too much. I didn't take care of my health.
That's not something this clinician in Klerksdorp wants to hear.
When we're talking about HIV, we tell our patients, you must absolutely not miss even a single dose of your ARVs.
And there's a new worry now. If the immunocompromised catch COVID, it could lead to a dangerous new variant.
They're just sitting with COVID sort of brewing inside of them. So it does itself just keep changing within this person's body. And definitely it results in a situation where potentially it becomes like Omicron, which becomes a variant of concern.
As Omicron fades, a new priority looms in South Africa. People with weakened immune systems need care and vaccines, but there are millions here who have neither. Tandy is a sex worker from Zimbabwe who struggles to get antiretrovirals, and she can't get a COVID vaccine.
When I went to Hebrew Hospital, they couldn't attend me because I didn't have, my passport was expired.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult, eh?
It's difficult for us, especially foreigners now. It's very, very difficult.
An open door is the only answer to all those in need of treatment. In the age of COVID, our collective health depends on it. John Sparks, Sky News in Johannesburg.